Hey, YouTube family and friends, this is Mike Sneed coming to you again for Appliance Bootcamp. I want to say happy New Year. Hope everybody at home going to be celebrating respectively and not going to be out drinking and driving or anything. Or at least don't do it until I get home. Wait until about 10 o'clock. I'll be home by then if you're going to do something like that. If you want to join, call in. I got the call in number in the chat if you want to call in. Also, if you would like to order some of our popcorn, we make homemade kettle corn here at Old Fashioned Ice Cream at the ice cream parlor next door. We can ship it anywhere in the United States and outside of the United States. We can ship it anywhere. If you would like to get some of our popcorn, I'll put a link there. It'll also be in the description. You can click on that and you can order our popcorn and we can ship it to you anywhere. So please, if you like, please buy some of that. Help support our business. We would appreciate that a lot. If you would like to call in, like I say, the call in number, I have it in the chat. And today, we're gonna talk about the year 2020. 2020. You see a lot of people saying 2020 don't come back, and it'll make 2020 a curse word, and people saying this is the worst year ever. No, but I have to say, business wise, as a actual business owner, and the years I've been a business owner, going on 20 years, I've been a business owner. This is the best year I ever had in business. Bar none. It's the best year I ever had. And that's across all my businesses, not just appliance repair, but appliance boot camp was good. Old fashioned ice cream that done well. Just think, opening up an ice cream parlor in the middle of the pandemic, and it's still done well. And even to the very end, where now we have the gourmet popcorn. I really ain't thought of a name of it yet. I'm trying to find a building to put it in, or I might just keep it into the old fashioned ice cream. I don't know. But if I put that into another business, that has done well. Everything 2020 has really been really good. And I just want to come out this tonight and just kind of reflect on everything that we've been able to accomplish in the year of 2020. Like I say, the memes, a lot of times with business owners and stuff, and you're doing well, and some other people might not be doing that well. I had family members that got hit with COVID and stuff. I'm sorry that happened, but I'm just talking as business wise. Business wise, it was the best year I ever had. And what I want you all to do that's watching right now, we got about 24 people watching. If you started a business, appliance repair business, because of appliance boot camp, put a one in the chat. If you started a business because of appliance boot camp, your business is actually up and running. Put a one in the chat, and we're gonna try to get a tally of how many people actually started a business from appliance boot camp. Because what happened, appliance boot camp, we started it in 2019. But in 2019, it was like in the middle, but we really didn't get it going until really 2020. And all of you all came on in 20. Most of you all got y'all businesses up and running in 2020. And right now, let's go, man. If you can look at the chat, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. It's just going. The ones of people who have started their appliance repair business because of 14. It just keep going. It's just going. All of that happens in 2020. That you all started your businesses through appliance boot camp, and this right here, it's amazing that you all have done that, because what's happened, you all have actually changed the dynamics of actual of businesses. and the dynamics of online businesses and courses that are being taught. A lot of people are going to have to, a lot of people in 2021, because of you all, they're going to have to change their approach. It used to be people could come in and sell courses, come in and talk about business, and they could make it seem so complex. They would make it seem so complex, and tell you stuff, that it actually would make, it would make people not question them, because a lot of people didn't have businesses, and we looked at business as being this thing that only a very few very smart people could do, and it was almost like working magic, that people could run game on us, and they could just sell you a bunch of busy stuff to just keep you busy, and not really, you never get any money off of it, for what they were selling you. You never could make no money off of it, but it was almost, I hate to say, it was almost like masturbation. You got look, you got pleasure thinking you, but it's never you were going through the real act of having a woman there with you. Well, Appliance Bootcamp, you all have came in and you all have shown that you all can come in and start a business. Not only do y'all start businesses, but you all making real money, because up until then, everybody that everybody that told you about starting businesses and stuff, they were telling you that, don't you if you make $500 to $1,000 extra per month, then you was doing great in business. That's a great business, and you better be lucky to get that, your first 3 to 5 years or whatever. And what happened? It lowered the expectation for business owners, and made people think, I don't need to do this. I'd rather keep my job, because if all I'm going to make if I go start a business is $500 to $1,000 per month, I'll starve to death. But with you all coming in to Appliance Bootcamp, you all showed that, hey, you can make five. I told you can make $500 to $1,000 per day doing appliance repair, and I could show anybody that could do it. Show anybody to do it. They had never even turned a wrench and stuff before. And people had never fixed appliances before. I told you I could show you all you could do it. Um, and we done it. We done it. And a lot of people still say that we crazy, that we're lying to you, but it's because of you all going out here and showing and proving. Y'all have shown that you can do it. That if somebody give you somebody is really sincere about you actually starting a business and being successful, and they have done it. That's the key thing. Um, you can't be somebody out here doing a teaching a business course and stuff, and you have not ran that business, and you have not been perfected at that business. You can't do it like the college and the universities and the school system does, where they just gonna give you theory, and they're gonna give you a bunch of fast talk, and it's something that you can't go out there and actually test and see if it actually worked. What we gave you was simple instructions. As a matter of fact, it's so simple that a lot of you all question if it was real. This, I just can't believe it's this simple to do this business, and to go out here and make this money. And I kept telling you all, yes, it is. It's just this simple, that you can go out here and make this money and doing this business. Uh, to the point now, I'll be honest. I think right now is to the point where it's hard for other, because I'm trying to get out and partner with other other people and other avenues, and you all success is really making it hard for for other people to actually partner beside us, because what happened, I remember Dane Dash was saying this one time. He was saying, that Jay-Z had to get away from him, and totally get away from him, because Jay Z wanted to come off as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. And Dame said, "Well, I'm the entrepreneur and the business owner. I'm the one who put the stuff together. So in order for him to actually seem like he's an entrepreneur and a business owner, he had to get away from him so he wouldn't be beside the entrepreneur and business owner. So then it's not he doesn't shine the light that he might not be what he say it is. But I think that's the same thing that's happened now with Appliance Bootcamp. I think what has happened, um, it's very few YouTubers out there who's actually doing business or teaching business courses and stuff like that who have actually ran a business of any type. Their only business is actually doing YouTube and selling courses. There's very few people who have actually had actual physical businesses or the actual businesses that they're selling the courses on. There's very few people who does that. And what happens when somebody like you, not only me, but you all now are becoming the new YouTubers that's filling the place. You all are becoming, believe it or not, you all are becoming the new celebrities. I'm going into a lot of the trying to improve my craft of bringing y'all videos. I'm starting to listen to a lot more of actual YouTubers and business people, sure trying to see how they doing it. And some stuff, I'll be honest, I'm listening to their business stuff, and I haven't learned anything how to start a business of anything that they sold or what they're supposed to be selling. And some people have actually tried to explain they try to explain um, different things that I was listening to one earlier today, and the guy was trying to explain some financial stuff that he's doing. And I've listened to it, and the host that was asking him the questions was listening to it, and he couldn't figure it out, and I couldn't figure it out. What's the how he's actually how the financial thing that he's talking about how it works and what's the advantage of it. And so what happens? Uh, I'm realizing that these guys know that majority of the people don't know that the majority of the people are looking at them thinking that this guy is really smart and he's saying something very well, and I'm not going to push back and question it because it doesn't sound quite right. But then I started listening to the guy still talking, and the thing that he was telling this person he was going to do, he said, "Hey, I'm going to I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna say too much because you might catch the show, and I don't want nobody to think I'm shooting shots or anything." But he was saying he was gonna do this, and at the end he was gonna purchase a house. And but he was telling people this is how he was gonna do it, and this right here worked. But he had never purchased a house for. He was gonna pay cash for a house, but he had never done it. So how in the world do you say that works, and you haven't proven the concept that you are going to be? You don't come there and start telling people to go down this route. I tell you what you call until you go down there and you actually do the end goal and purchase that house for cash. Once you do that, then you can go back and tell people that it works. Because some like a lot of people are asking me now, give me the popcorn course or give me the ice cream course. And I keep telling you, it's not ready yet because I haven't went through a full cycle. The ice cream, I'm going through a full cycle now, and I'm trying to see how do you make enough money during the off season. You know, right now with the off season, I got to see what flavors you need to bring in, what marketing you need to do, all that stuff to see how you make it to the how I can make it back over to the to the actual booming season to make my money. And so until I go through a whole cycle, I can't give you any courses on it. I'm still learning it. Same thing with the popcorn. I'm just starting the popcorn. I figured out a little bit on the shipping and how to price that, and I'm getting the flavors and stuff together. So I'm trying to get all of that stuff situated and start making some money. I'm not going to tell you go do this business, and the business is not enough to support your family. Any business I tell you to do, I want you to be able to make a minimum of $500 a day off of it. That's enough to feed your family and to keep it moving. So with that, I'm not going to tell you to go out there and do it. But these people, they just finding out. I'm just finding that they just whatever they can get out there to sell in front of you. That's what they're putting out there to sell in front of you. And I found out too, if I give you if I put in like a payment plan and make it so people can actually the people say make it really affordable so everybody can get it. If I do that and I bring in a low payment plan, the people who need it the most, they get the course and they don't even look they get the course and don't even look at the videos. With the payment plans, most of the time, the payment plan people don't really look at the videos. They'll be the ones who buy the course, they'll make 4 or 5 payments, and then they'll miss a payment, then they get locked out the course, and then they'll call me back and say, hey, I got locked out the course. Can I look at it again so I can get going? No, if you on a payment plan and you buy the course, you gotta be what they call gazelle intense, as Dave Ramsey say. You need to look at those videos as fast as possible, get up and running, and start making some money before the next payment comes. That's why I done the payment plan. That's why I put all that stuff like the dryer vent cleaning, blender service, garage door. I give you all these things. You need to look at all those videos up front, get running, go clean dryer vents or whatever, to start making your money before the next payment comes. Don't wait and sit on it 2 or 3 months and then get caught out there and can't make your payment. Because I'll be honest, ain't much I can do for you then. I make the payment plan so you can get you in the door and you go out and start making some money. And believe it or not, those are the ones who always who have the most complaints also. The ones that come in on the payment plans a lot of time. Because they're, believe it or not, at some point your life is so messed up that you're below board. You might be below the place where I can help you. If you don't have transportation, you don't have money for a cell phone, you don't have money for a computer, you're homeless. I don't know if appliance boot camp might not be the thing for you. I'll be honest, because you're at a place that's too far down that I never been before. I've never been to a place where I can call my parents or call a family or a friend and say, hey, let me borrow $50, let me borrow $100. I've never been nobody around me never been that broke where they can give me 20, 30, 40, $50. But you all are in situations where I don't know if y'all burn bridges with your family and friends, or family and friends, or you're in a neighborhood where it's just that poor, where nobody don't have anything, where y'all don't have anything. Homeless. I've seen people talking about they homeless. I've never been homeless, so I can't tell you how to get out of homelessness. You might need to find somebody who's been homeless, and they can tell you how to get out of homelessness. But I'm basing it the courses on that your life is halfway stable. When your life is totally that unstable, where and that's another thing too. As a grown man, you got to take some responsibilities as a grown man. There's no excuse for you to have your phone getting cut off 3 or 4 times and you have to keep changing phone numbers and all that. I'm not going to keep up with your email either. Get you one email. This stuff I shouldn't have to tell people. Get you one email address and use that email address. That's what the third-party warranty company is going to contact you at. Get you one phone number and keep that phone number. Don't keep changing numbers and stuff like that. That number that you use, you're gonna have companies just calling you out the blue because that's the number that you use, and your number doesn't change. You're missing out on money. You can't. Your life. You have to put some stability in your life. You're not gonna be able to go through life no more and just letting life happen to you. You gotta start taking control of your life, and you gotta start directing your life. I'm not going to keep up with people email. If you can't, you don't know what email you use and stuff. I'm not. I spend 2 or 3 hours every day helping people figure out what email they use and what's their passwords. Write it down or get you one password and use that all the time instead of trying to make all these emails and then use stuff like that. I'm not doing it in 2021. You're gonna have to be grown. Keep up with your own email. Keep up with whatever phone number you use. I'm not keeping up with that anymore. And I'm gonna tell you again. Stop putting stuff in your girlfriend name. Stop putting stuff in all that. Even if you're married and you have a wife, put it in your stuff. Don't do that. Your wife will respect you a lot more if you take control, put it in all in your name. Don't be doing that. I'm not doing that no more. The girl on the left and won't let you get to the phone or her email and stuff. I ain't doing that no more. You got to now be grown men and do that stuff on your own. I'm not keeping up with that stuff and babysitting in 2021. And like I say, in 2021, because we have accomplished, you all have accomplished so much out here. Now we're ready to take this thing to the masses. We have a great facility here. We got a great course that we're putting out there now. We got 3 days. We know it works. If you want to come to the hands-on live event, but if you, I'm telling you, you don't need to come to the hands-on live event. You can do it online. Uh, I'm like I tell everybody, buy the online first, and if you need to upgrade, pay the difference and upgrade. You can't go back. When you all want to buy the hands-on, you get started in your business and realize I didn't need to come, and then you call and want to go back. We can't do that because what happens, Teachable look at that as like a chargeback. And they can look at it then like you're running some type of credit card scam and stuff, and they start to give you a bad, get bad stuff going on with Teachable. So we're not doing that anymore. You can go up, but you can't go down. So I'm telling you, uh, get your actual go with the online first, and then if you after you do the online, you still can't get the grasp of it. Then you come on and you can come to the hands-on, and you can learn. You can learn online. That's the way the future of learning is going. You have been taught and brainwashed into thinking that the only way you can learn is sitting in somebody's classroom. That's no longer true. You can learn everything you need to online. You can go. They give away appliances every day on Facebook Marketplace. Just go get some used appliances. You can practice that way. But or if you want to just get some, take them apart. Go to Facebook Marketplace, get them free, take them apart, or just follow the blueprint and do what I say. Go to the third party warranty companies, do 1 or 2 stops per day, and earn as you learn. That's the best way to do it. And people say, well, I don't want to go there and break nothing. You can't break anything. If you only go to the companies that supply parts, and it's not going to be the first company you go to might not supply parts, but that's your job is to actually find a company that supply parts. So if you go there and if you crack a panel, taking the panel off, you call the third party warranty company, tell them saying you a new panel. It doesn't cost you or the company or the customer any money. And that's how you start off and you learn that way and get your confidence up. Regardless if you came here to the hands-on live event, you're still going to have to go out there and do your first service call. That's what you are afraid of. You can come out here and sit in this shop for 3 months until you go out there in the field and do your first service call. You're not gonna knock that. You're not gonna knock that anxiety off. That's the only way you're gonna do it is by doing it. I'm gonna read a little bit of what's going on in the chat. Hey, how you doing, Felicia? Hey, how you doing, Karen? Pam, how you doing, Aunt Jean? Over in Facebook. Um, let's see who we got. Got King K. Hey, how you doing, Quentin Hodge? Warren Davis. We made it, family. Yeah, one year, 2020. Y'all have done great. Done great. Let's see, Scallop Appliance Repair. What a year it's been. Major pay. Thank you, Mike, for the knowledge you welcome. Yeah, if you're just coming in, if you hadn't already, put a 1 in the chat. If you started an appliance repair business from listening to or taking appliance bootcamp. If you coming in, I'm just gonna try to count out and see how many we have by the end of the night. All right. Okay, I was in here going through the boot camp, gearing up for 20. All right, there we go. Let's see. Terry Henry, hey, how you doing? What's up? King K, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, 11 basics. Mike, how do you find the popcorn equipment again? Where were you looking for that type of business? I found the popcorn equipment by just looking for gourmet popcorn businesses. What happened? Let me get my account down here first. All right. What happened when I got into the I wanted a restaurant, and I wanted some place that people could gather at. And I wanted some place where the community could come to. So the restaurant, you have to have a hood vent. I thought about just doing like hot dogs and like grilled burgers, something that didn't have a flame or something where I didn't have to get a hood vent. But still, you had to be up under the health department here in North Carolina. So I started looking. I saw ice cream, homemade ice cream. You didn't have to be up under the health department; it's under the agricultural department. So, and then I started looking, and it was pretty much straightforward, and it had high margins. I had thought about the shaved ice. I was going to do something like that, but a shaved ice is more so just really seasonal, just during summer months. most of the old places, like we have a place called Pelicans Snow Cone, they actually close during the winter. But ice cream pretty much is year round. So with that, I noticed that my wife and I started looking at it, my wife and I, we would actually drive up into Raleigh, which is about 30 minutes away. We'll drive up into Raleigh a lot of weekends just to go to get some ice cream, homemade ice cream, real homemade ice cream, not the Hershey stuff, but the real homemade ice cream. It was a place in Raleigh called Two Roosters. We used to go there, and they always pack. So then I said, well, the homemade ice cream is good. So then I just started looking and doing research on homemade ice cream, and then I found a course, and then I found 2 or 3 courses. I compared them. I listened to them. Same thing you all doing with Appliance Bootcamp. I compared them. I said that looked more like what I want to do. I bought the course. It was called Ice Cream Bootcamp. That's what it's called. And I took the course, and I followed the instructions just like you all. That's how I started my ice cream business. Well, then I said, well, if ice cream is like this, what else falls up under the agriculture department? And I found out, that popcorn did. And same thing, I can have gourmet popcorn and not have to go through the department and stuff. It's the same thing, just like ice cream. And so from there, I started looking for gourmet popcorn businesses, the way they do it, like in Chicago and stuff. I said that would be something cool on the same street. I'm looking to buy other buildings. So I said I need something to put into another building. Instead of me actually getting the building and then trying to rent it out to somebody, I'm doing like my business partners and them used to do, like Abdul and them. They'll go to a place like we are now, where it's been ran down, and they will actually buy the properties. And what they would do, they would put the businesses in there. Once you start putting one business in there, and you start building the town back up, then the other businesses will come. Nobody wants to be the first one to crack, but if you crack it and you start building it up, then you have other people coming to build up those businesses. Because everybody then coming. So now this little place is booming. This morning I came in, they had 2 or 3 streets blocked off because they had cranes out there where people actually fixing up the buildings, buying buildings and fixing them up. So this little place now is starting to boom. And what they would do, they would actually buy the buildings, put the businesses in them, bring the places back up. Then once they bring the places back up, they will actually sell the business that's inside the building, and they will keep the buildings and just collect the rent. And so that's the way they would do it. I'm gonna probably keep my businesses in there for a while, but that's the plan that I was doing. So now I'm looking to buy some more buildings, and I need to have another business to actually go into that building. So that's why started looking at the popcorn, and I found somebody that his equipment looked pretty good. I like his formula. It was very easy to follow, and he gave me his formulas, and I've been using them, and they work. And everything he told me worked. So now I'm actually building up the popcorn. It works good because I can build up the popcorn and the following inside of the ice cream parlor. And then once I find another building, it's easy to just pull that out and drop it into that building. And that'll actually then pay for the building and pay for the rent, and it'll actually then bring more value to my other businesses and to the town. And it works very well for me. So that's how that works. And that's what somebody else asked me too. And this is I'm kind of going off topics, and I know people say I'm running off, but that's the way my mind works. My wife said I got ADD. I'm everywhere. But some people have asked me. They have buildings, and they be like, would you be willing to rent a building from somebody else and put a business in there or something? And I'd be like, nah, I got my own buildings, and I want my own buildings. I'm not renting from nobody else anymore. Never again am I going to rent from somebody. If I can't put it here, I'll go find me another town to do the same thing, but I won't never rent from nobody else. And that's one of the things that now I was looking at our celebrities. I was listening to because I always thought I'm going to Living Single. They had this thing on about Living Single. They had TC Carson and them on there, and he was talking about how he got fired from that show, Living Single, and how the staff was complaining about it all the time, and they were complaining about the way they were getting treated, and he had to go speak up for everybody, and then they got fired. But my whole time looking at that show, always thought that Queen Latifah and Yvette Bowser, I thought they created it, and I thought they owned the show. So I was wondering, I said, why they having problems when they own the show? Then come find out they didn't have no more power than he did. They were just employees. And so that's why I found out that in YouTube too, that everybody else is not thinking the same way business wise. Where people are saying, hey, if YouTube demonetize the channels, they go all crazy and this and that. And I saw another guy that had a big following on social media, and he used to talk a lot about business and stuff. And then I found out just the other day I was listening to an interview he was on, and he was about to be evicted. He had to move in with his in-laws, and I'm thinking the whole time that this guy he talking business and everybody need to come together, but he doesn't have any businesses, and he's not able to sustain himself. Where he was about to lose everything, and so that's the stuff that I'm looking at with the YouTube people and with the celebrities. Well, I don't think no celebrity. I'll be honest. I don't think no celebrity have any money. I wonder about Oprah, where she now going back to work for Discovery. She talking about she sold all her stuff, and she now gonna be working for Discovery. I'm saying she not no billionaire. I'm not no multi-millionaire or anything. But I know doggone well I'm not going to work for nobody, and they're gonna tell me what I gotta do every day, this and that. Now I do a joint venture for somebody, and I might do some. I do a little promotion. I do the license holder, but ain't nobody controlling me what I do all day. When somebody starts telling me you got to get up at this time and you got to log in here, and they're gonna you got to be on the call. No, you can have it. I'm not doing that. Same thing. Because now that I bought my own buildings, I own my buildings. I'm not renting from nobody no more. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be renting for nobody because they gotta be paying them rent and this and that. And every time I want to do something, I gotta go ask them, can I do it? No, I'm not gonna do that anymore. So that's why I don't think that none of them have any money when they do it. Because here you are, all y'all been acting all this time and supposed to have all this money, and and here you are got a record label and stuff. Why in the world are you going out there? Why you don't do it for yourself? You know, I don't know. I don't know. And that same thing I see with the thing that's going on with a lot of these YouTubers. I'm looking at it. I'm saying, why I don't see any growth coming out of it. You know, I want to see your kung fu again. I want to know if you done a business 15, 20 years ago. I want to see you get back out there and do another business. I want to see the growth come. I don't want you just talking about it. I want to be able to go have some place I can touch and see. You all can actually come here and touch this building. You saw me put this together with the help of the young men, and you can go over there to the ice cream parlor and touch it. You can go. You can order the popcorn if you like the popcorn. I'll put it in the chat. Please go out and buy some of the popcorn, and we'll ship it to you. You can taste the popcorn and see what we're doing. But everybody else, I'm not seeing that. It's for majority of them, I don't see it. I don't see it. Don't see anything that I can go touch and verify. Jamal Spears, let's see, that's 12, 13, 14. Hey, Donnie, man, thanks for everything, Mike and family, for all the advice, help. Thank you. Yeah, Donnie was wondering about hiring family. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're at 15, 16, 17 businesses that started from Appliance Bootcamp so far. Okay, Patrick McCarthy started a home improvement business. That's good. Scalp Applies. Best money spent on the program. It was tough to pay out at first, but got it right back and haven't stopped since. There you go. There you go. And that's the thing too. Everybody say I make this sound pretty easy and whatnot. I don't tell how hard it is. I'm under the impression that everybody knows it's gonna be hard. Ain't nothing easy. Nothing's easy. I don't care. Anything worth doing is not gonna be easy. So if you think you're gonna come here and today, business is hard. today, I come to the ice cream parlor. I had to change the actual smoke smoke detector system in the HVAC system in the ice cream parlor. What happened in the commercial buildings? If you have to tie the fan and the HVAC into the smoke detector. So if there's a fire, it cuts the fans off and don't keep feeding the fire. And so all that have to cut off automatically, cut all the fans and stuff off if you get a fire. Well, anyway, my smoke detector thing was bad, and it was beeping from time to time. Then it wouldn't let it turn on. So I went there, and what had happened? Somebody was doing some cleaning, and I guess, and sprayed water, and got water in it. So I had to turn the power off to actually change it. So I turned that breaker off, and when I turned the breaker off, I accidentally hit the breaker that cuts on one of the freezers. I didn't know it. So I go home and I come in this morning. I see water all over the floor, and I'm saying, where this water coming from? And I looked at the freezer. I said, oh man, my freezer's gone. And I look, all my ice cream and stuff has melted in my freezers. And so I'm thinking the freezers, and then I look and I'm not getting any power. And I said maybe a compressor is going bad, and I it kicked the breaker. I go look, I see it where I done knocked the breaker off. It's right beside the other one. It's not tripped. It's turned all the way off. I turn it on, everything turns on, but all our ice cream is gone. So what I have to do then, I have to now come up with a plan on how we're going to get. We got we're going to open in a couple hours, and half of my ice cream is gone. And so that stuff happens, but that's just doing business. So what you have to do, you have to with me, I'm not going to get in there and make ice cream anymore. Majority of the people would say, "Hey, I got to go in there now. I'm going to do it myself and start making ice cream." Nah, I don't do that because I got other stuff I need to do. I got to make sure that with this, I got to document. Okay, before everybody leave, you got to now look, including me, look at the lights. That's why they got the indicator lights. You got to look at the lights and make sure that the freezers and stuff are on before you leave. And I had to actually then say, okay, here go the flavors we're gonna run for today, and we're gonna this all we got for today, and we're gonna introduce a new flavor and get everybody thinking about trying that new flavor if they come in. So I done the champagne and got everybody say, hey, come in, try the champagne. And so if they come and they want one of their regular ones, we'll say, hey, we got a new one today. The other ones we actually out right now. It'll be back tomorrow. But here what we have, and you can give them a free sample of the new stuff that we got to hold them over. So that's the stuff you do as a business owner. So it's not going to never be just straight easy. You're going to have to be able to think on the fly, and you got to get to a point where you don't get back in there and do it yourself. If you start doing, if you get subs and stuff, like today, I had the same problem. A sub, he thought today we were off because it was New Year's Eve. I said, no, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve is not off, but he only had 2 stops. So I was able to swap him out, take one of his stops, give him to another person, and then another lady, she wanted to actually just wait until Monday, so it worked fine. But you got if you got subs and stuff, you got to make it. You got to make sure that you don't have the urge to jump in that truck every time something go wrong. You got to make sure that you have things in place in case something goes wrong, that the business can take care of itself. Because if you don't see Ray Kroc going to every McDonald's trying to fill in if somebody don't feel coming to work or stuff, you got to make sure that your business can operate without you being there. You got to put things in place. So and those are things that you want to find out while you're in business. The stuff that happened like that, I didn't know about checking the freezers every day. Now I know we got to check the freezers every night, make sure everything is on and working, and we're good. Because if I would check that freezer, I would have seen that it wasn't on. It would save us a lot of headaches and stuff. All right. I'm going to read a couple of more. Terry Henry, we'll be honest. I added appliance repair to my existing business because of appliance bootcamp, but the results is the same. Okay, there you go. All right. PK appliance repair. I love you, Uncle Mike. All right. Blue collar brother. Good evening, Mike. Where do I go to sign up for next year hands-on event? Right now, we got January through March already booked out. I haven't put the second quarters out yet. I just done the first quarter. Go ahead and sign up and get the actual. You sign up for the online first. If you need to come to the hands on after doing the online and going out there working, you can pay the difference. But go ahead, you can do everything online. You don't need to come to the hands on. Serious. Okay, G Brown. What it do, Mike and ABC fam? Hey, Bob Knight. I got the course and just waiting for the business license. I don't. I didn't even start yet, but I studied the blueprint, did research, and it is the truth. Okay, there you go. Good job. Um, thank you, Mike and ABC fam. All right, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Happy New Year, Mike. Uh, okay. Uh, Jay Haywood, hey, how you doing? If you're on the payment plan, you can pay for the whole course within 2 weeks. Just go hard. Yeah, you can pay for it in the whole. You can pay for everything in 2 weeks. But what happened? They don't do it. They don't do it, and they don't take the course, and then the next thing you know, life happens to them, and they locked out. They haven't looked at the courses, haven't taken advantage of it, and now they don't have the money to make their next payment, and now they're back where they started from. I never seen nothing like that before. Never seen anything like that before. But the mindset be programmed. It takes time for people to change them. Yeah, it does. It's a definitely takes a long time for people to change the mindset. I had a conversation with my mom. If she's watching, uh, hey mom. Well, I had a conversation with my mom this past week, and she wants me, and she tells me this all the time. Stop showing money and stop talking about business. And I'm telling her, well, I'm a businessman, so I want to talk about business, and I'm trying to show people how to start. So how do I convey people and attract people to come to the come here to appliance repair if I don't show them the rewards of money? And she said it shouldn't be all about money. True, it's not always about money, but most of the time that's what people problems are is money. People aren't calling me because they're looking for spiritual guidance. They're not calling me. They're looking for marital guidance. I don't do that. I'm not the one you want to talk to about that. But they're calling me because of business, and I got to be the one to actually get them to come in. So I'm telling her, I'm asking her, why do the young guys always go to the drug dealers? Why do the young kids want to be drug dealers and they want to be rappers and athletes and stuff like that? She said because of the money. And I'd be like, well, how do they know they got money? Well, they put their contracts and stuff on the news, and they have nice cars, and they show their money. Well, if I'm an entrepreneur and I'm telling them that entrepreneurship will beat that, and you have a better life, and you have more freedom. Why I gotta do the same thing. I gotta put my contracts out there so people can see them. I gotta show a little bit of my flash so people can see them to make them want to be interested in it. Into what we got going on. Because what happens a lot of times, I'll be honest, as entrepreneurs or business owners, once you get to a point where you can't afford those things, you don't want them. You much rather have the cash and much rather have a piece of property. At 48 years old now, I would much rather have a piece of property than all that other stuff. I get more enjoyment out of a piece of property or out of a business than I do out of a gold chain or out of a car. Like I say, when I got the car, 15, 20 minutes, it was out my system. I wanted my cash back. I'd rather have my cash that I paid cash for. I'd rather have the cash back for it. Because that's just the way your mindset thinks. When that comes with maturity too. But if somebody had got to me at a younger age and had told me, hey, if you go out here and you start your own appliance repair business, or you start your own electrical contracting business, you would have enough money to do this and do that. And I would got in as early as you all are getting in. Man, just think the balling and stuff I could have done in my early 20s like that. it could have really balled out. I might would have done the Lambos and stuff like that then, because I ain't have I wouldn't I would have done it and wouldn't have felt guilty about it. And when but now I do it, and that's the thing. I could have saved that cash and caught a building or something, or caught a piece of property after with what I paid for it. Regis Spears, Happy New Year. Yeah. Um, Okay, yeah, go ahead. Thank you, MGTOW Samurai. I appreciate that. I just bought the course. So that's 18. We got 18 people. If you just coming in and you started a business, a appliance repair business because of us at Appliance Bootcamp and alumni, it ain't gotta be specifically by me, but if you watching the alumni and people who have came through, just put a one in there. Grade B, if they doing that bad, they need to do DoorDash or Uber Eats and run a check before they get the course. Yeah, it's some people who's doing really bad, and I feel sorry for them. But I still don't. I'm honest. Somebody gonna have to tell me how in 2020, with all these ways to make money, how I just don't see how you can still be that poor in 2020. Honest, I don't. I just don't know. I just don't know how in 2020 it's so many ways you can make money in 2020. I just don't see how you could be. No, all the stuff JT tells you. If I was that bad, I would what you call. I would go around like JT say, go around pick up pallets, ride behind buildings, pick up pallets and go sell them. No, do that. Uh, okay, all right. All right, A not Dr. Funk. Keeping your phone number the same is critical to you getting momentum. Yeah, it is, because they start calling that number, and you just get number people calling you out the blue, but their phones change so much. Uh, Mike, if someone has a business and their spouse has a separate business, can they both hire their children for their individual company? Each company makes 12,200 for the same child. Uh, I don't know about that. You might want to talk. You want to talk to your accountant about it. If both of y'all want to put the same child on, oh no, for this, for two different companies. I don't know. You need to talk to your actual accountant about that. I never had that problem with me. I have multiple businesses, and even though you got multiple businesses and the accountant is separated, the paperwork is separated of them, but it's still it's they still kind of depend on each other. So I never really had that problem. What I would look at the business that I needed to take the deduction from the most. I would put it that way. And there's so many ways you can do with your money. It's just so many things you can do to get out of paying, not get out of paying tax. So many things you could do to actually reduce your taxable income. So and let me get that book for you too. All right, and here go the book if you haven't seen 475 tax deductions. Get that book. There's so many ways you can do it. I'm not saying not pay taxes. You reduce your taxable income. All right. 10, hang like Mark, let's see, that's 19, 20, 21, 22. All right, we had 22 so far. Um, with a 9 to 5, when is the best? With a 9 to 5, when is the best time to schedule calls? What's your 9 to 5? Are you working first shift, second shift, third shift? Um, if find out what's your actual time that you have to be at work. All right. Okay. Somebody started one because we don't read. See, I told you because we don't read. That's 20, 22, 23. No, that's 23, 24, 25, 26. We up to 26 people. Uh, okay, online course been great. All right, that's 27. Uh, is the kettle corn shop set up downtown? Okay, here go Jay Hayward. It's a kettle corn shop set up downtown in my area. I haven't seen the line empty yet. Yeah, no, like we sell a lot of kettle corn just about every week. Um, RV, hey, how you doing? So now we're at 27. Uh, Mike, you might find it affordable to be able to ship orders if your ice cream using dry. I tried that. I looked into that with the dry ice, the cost of the dry ice, and then the cost to actually ship it, the weight to ship it when I get ready to ship it, and by the time I add the price of the dry ice and then the actual shipping of the dry ice, it just puts it way out. It just puts it way out. It just wouldn't be feasible for me to be able to sell it. With the popcorn is very light, so it's almost there's no weight at all in the popcorn. And what I can do with the popcorn, instead of just shipping one bag, I can get the box, and with the box, I can put two bags in there, and I can spread the cost out amongst those two. I can spread the cost out amongst those two bags and the shipping, and we'd be okay. So that's why you get two bags because the box that we use, I can fix two bags in there, and the popcorn it doesn't weigh anything, just like me just shipping the box. All right. What's a good price range to buy these buildings cash? Depending on how much cash you got and where it's at. With me, I have to stay somewhere. I don't know if I should say that now because well, I can say it now. The bid price time is over. With me, I need to stay somewhere around about if I'm buying cash for a building right now, I need to stay around about 30,000, 30 to 50,000 is where I need to be at for me paying cash for a building. Because if I do that, that'll allow me to have about 100,000 to actually renovate the building. That's about all the working capital I have. I have about 150,000 cash that I use for working capital. And once I get it up and running and I build my working capital back up, I go look to do the same thing. Now, next year it'd be totally different because next year I have appliance boot camp, I have the ice cream parlor, I still have Sneed Electrical and Appliance, and I hopefully have one more rental house that can actually then dump stuff back in. And then I got my license holders contract. I got all of those dumping cash back in and paying a percentage for me to go back out there and do something. So within the whole year, I usually have about 150,000 cash that I can go buy a building, renovate it, and get it moving. Buy a building, renovate, get it moving. I can do it twice in a year. And so that's why you saw me doing those two buildings. Now you have to look and see what your price is, and you buy them at one price, but you need to have the capital to go ahead and get them fixed up too. Uh, Mike, Uncle Mike, you have to understand you are a special guy. You teach an actual business to regular people for a small price. We economic slaves, Uncle Mike. Yeah, I'm starting to see that now because, like I say, I realized that other people weren't doing it. A lot of people are not doing it to actually help people. They're doing it as that is their business. So the actual end results they don't care too much about is generating the actual sales and stuff. With me, I want to make sure that you all are getting it. So that's why you notice the first time I talk to somebody, first thing I ask them, have you made your money back? Because I feel guilty if you buy the course and you haven't made your money back. Now, if I look and you ain't looked at the videos and you ain't done what I told you to do, then I get on you and try to push you to go do that so you can go make your money back. But if you've taken the course and done everything I told you to do and you ain't made your money back, I feel bad, and I gotta figure out why you're not making your money back. Black 12th Street, and I know that many of the famous actors we all know are not that wealthy. A lot of them drive to the set with regular cars. They rented off a tour. Yeah, yes, yes. I'm finding that out. And this is another thing that I found out too. That they do. They don't have the cash and don't have any money, and then they try to justify why they be renting all the stuff that they rent. They try to make it sound like it's sexy to renting and not to be tied down to all this. It's not. It's not. If you got the if you got the cash and stuff, ain't nothing better than going to your house that you paid for. Ain't nothing better than walking into these buildings that I done paid for and I know they paid for. Nothing better than going to my rental properties I know they paid for. Ain't nothing better than that. Ain't nothing better than me getting in my little Dodge Caravan that I don't pay cash for. Nothing feels better than that. And so that's why I'm finding that out. And it's actually disappointing. It disappoints me too because some of the people I reach out to and I'll be like, hey, let's do a collaboration and cross pollinate each other and stuff. And then I'm at first I was like I wanted to do that, and now I'm pulling back and I say I don't think they really doing business like that. I don't think they do business like that. I'm looking at them. I say I don't think they done business. And some of them I've been looking and looking and looking, and I can't find any track record of them doing business. Okay. Uh, Honestly, if I own several businesses, can I hire my child in each business and get 12,000 for the? I don't know about that. Like I say, you need to ask your CPA about that. All right, we got Greg. Okay. Erwin making money on drive-in clean. Okay, way to go. Okay. Market business is hard. I had my Cadillac converter stolen off, man. I had that happen to me too. I was at a trailer park one time, and I went in. I went in and done a service call. I came back, and I went to crank my truck out. It sounded like an army tank, and I was like, what? I said, what happened? I said, I shut it off. I thought the engine had blown, and I thought I said, well, I don't remember driving. I said maybe I knocked the muffler off when I pulled in, but I didn't remember it. And I looked, and my muffler was hanging out. And somebody came there right under it and cut the Cadillac converter out. That was about maybe 10, 12 years ago when people were stealing them everywhere. All right. Yeah, see me with the Don P ice cream. Yeah, thanks, Brian. Brian's appliance that gave me that for our anniversary thing. He sent me he brought the Don P, and I don't drink anymore. But I'm telling that Don, it tastes really good in the ice cream, and that thing has been selling. People have been coming in buying it and selling it, so it's been really good. Warren Davis didn't think it was going to be this hard, but it's getting a lot easier, and the pain freedom is worth it. Yeah, it is. Okay, I got counted 28 so far. Okay, there you go. Just ate a job. Yeah, they asking any more meetings with the principal, Mike. Yes. Yes, they have gotten the entrepreneur bug, so they are now actually starting their own business, and hopefully I can get them back on here. But I'm helping them on business, and with that, next week they're gonna bring me. They're gonna bring me like a mock up of it and something like a prototype of the first thing that they're doing. So yeah, they've caught the entrepreneur bug, and they've been here several times since then. But still, I'm still trying to get them out of. They still have a little bit of the. Uh, how can I say this? Like they want to do it all together, which is good. It's good. I keep telling same thing I told Donnie and stuff. It's good to want to do business with your with family and friends. But all of us who have done it and started off, you realize it's not a good idea. You need to. I keep telling them why they want to do it together, because what happens if you try to do it all together, somebody got to be the lead, and somebody and the business can only move as fast as the slowest person, and you're gonna end up toting the weight on somebody, And then what's going to happen? You're going to get frustrated with that person that you feel like is toting the weight. But the person who's not toting the weight still going to want to get the same amount of cut at the end. Also, what's going to happen? Uh, One person is going to take it really, really serious that this is my business and I want to get this thing moving. And then the other two or the other person might say, "Hey, I got a husband, I got a wife, I got kids. You crazy, man. I ain't messing that up for you. I got to keep my job." And they just looking at something side hustle, just something to pull some time off the side. So I would much rather see them all split off or do some type of joint venture than all of them be together. Only ship sale is a partnership. So I can't get that through them. And for some reason, they want to do like a non-profit. I don't know why black people. I said, yeah, it's us. Why black people are so adamant they're gonna do non-profit? They look at business as bad. I want to do non-profit, so people won't think I'm trying to get over and I'm trying to do something for the community. You do something for the community by creating jobs and creating a stable business. But they want to do a non-profit. Uh, how much are your classes? If you get them today, it'll be 500 and 500 for the online and 1500 for the hands-on. If you wait tomorrow, it's going to be 850 for the online and 2200 for the hands-on. Cost of doing business as long as the brand ain't damaged. Okay. Uh, because the music promotes it. Yeah, it gotta be that. It gotta be that. I don't know what it is because the music promote. But like I said, I'm listening to those things now, and I'm finding out they not making any money. Um, okay, J Real, your mom and others at her age have fear instilled in them from their elders because of the Tulsa incident and others like that. Yeah, it is a very fear, and that's what she's afraid of. She said, "I don't want nobody to come try to rob you and do." Like I told her, I'm not afraid. The only people I'm afraid of coming to rob me is the Internal Revenue Service. They're the only people who scare me about coming to rob me. Anybody else, I don't care much about. But if the government comes trying to rob you, they can make your life bad for you. Oh wow. I'm not gonna be able to get to all of these. We got 79 people watching. Oh God, Greg B. Mike, I'm not rich. Let's say that I'm not rich. Mike, you've been rich so long you don't remember the struggle. Yeah, people are broke. I know people who donate plasma to buy weed. It's real out here. Yeah. See, I still don't see it. Especially when you can go out here like you go out here and put a dryer belt on, you can fix appliances and make $500 a day easy. I just don't. I just see. And I can just walk everywhere and see. Like I said, you can pop popcorn and sell it across the internet, make you $200 or $300 a day. Uh, you can do that in your own house. Get you a popcorn popper. There's many of recipes on the internet. Just make you some recipes and then just start marketing it on YouTube and selling popcorn, and you can ship it out your own house and sell it. You don't have to have no storefront for that. There's just so much stuff you can do to make money. Uh, Mike, there are so many scams out there and fake gurus. I've bought courses for years and they all suck and I lost my money. Yeah, see, that's the thing with me. I was a little naive believing that all these people were actual business owners and that their courses. And I never looked inside their courses, but I just assumed that their courses will be telling them their business. And that's the thing that I'm now that when people now are selling courses, I'm for especially a business course. I want to know what business are you selling me? Like like I say, the guy who sold me the popcorn business. I knew what he was selling me. He was selling me the popcorn business. That's what he wasn't selling me no business course. He said, "I'm gonna sell you a business course, and you read this right here, you're gonna start a business." He put a big hand. So Marvin Ware, Mike, I have a problem leaving my job right now because of child support and healthcare insurance. Any suggestions? Okay. Are you making enough money right now to pay your child support and to actually support yourself in your business? Because what's going to happen, child support is going to actually go down when you leave your job. When you leave your job and you start your business, your child support is going to go down because don't pay yourself no salary in your business. You're just going to get distributions or you get dividends, depending on how you actually what entity you have. Because you don't have a W-2, child support is not going to have anything plan on. So what they're going to do, they're gonna give you the minimum payment, and then you and your child's mother, y'all gonna have to sit down and come up with something that's fair to pay. Health insurance, you can join USA trade organization, and you can buy your health insurance out of that. I had a health insurance for myself and three kids, and it was $800 a month, and it wasn't bad insurance. I liked it. It wasn't bad insurance. My apps, the first course I bought that I can actually see how I can make money and get my investment back. It's not like network and hope and pray or recruit. I hope you pass iOS standards. Yeah. Okay. That's 30 people I'm counting now. 40. All right. What's a safe amount to leave in your operating account? Your operating account, you just gonna leave that 50%. So after you do all your calculations, your operating account, you just after you put 25 in owner's pay, 15 to taxes, and 10 into your profit account. That's gonna leave you with 50%. So you keep 50% in your operating account. And your operating account it's gonna fluctuate up and down all the time. It's never gonna grow to a large amount of money. It's almost just in time money. It's just you operating on just on just barely what you need to operate. You're not going to have a lot of money in your operating account. Top authority. The hardest part about all this is getting started. 3 to 6 months, you could have a viable. Yeah, it is. Once you get started, 3 to 6 months, you good. Um, all right, what's up? They got some networking going on. Mike, what do you think about Master P trying to buy Reebok? Same thing. I would like to know more about the deal. When other people this makes me mad. I like Master P, and he's very good businessman. But I want to know the deal. I want to know the deal behind it. I don't want to see the face stuff no more. I don't want to see that stuff that face part. I don't want that P Diddy stuff where you tell us you bought Revolt and then find out that all you doing is marketing it to us. I want to see how much you paying for it, how you get the funds, and all that other stuff. I don't want that Magic Johnson stuff where you come there and you just a face. I don't want that Jay-Z stuff. You buying the Brooklyn Nets and all you doing is just a marketing. You know more than Uncle Ben on there. I want to know show me how you purchase it. I want to know what's behind the deal. I don't buy that anymore. Because we don't got burned so much and stuff. When I don't buy that anymore. If he actually buying Reebok, I think that's good. If he's actually and he's buying their distribution system, he's buying their manufacturing, all that stuff. If he's doing all that, that's major. But something telling me it's just not happening. Because the reason why I say is I don't reason this is not me hating or anything, but I just see there's sequences and steps you have to go through before you get to doing something like that. And I don't see them going through those other steps. You just don't jump into the next step and get there. You start off like you all are doing. You start with a small business. You operate that small business The next thing you know, you doing something a little bit bigger in your town. Then after you become a little bit bigger in your town, then you start seeing that influences with politicians, with government, and then you start making those moves like that. I don't see him having the social capital to make those moves. You got you talking about international company, and I don't see him having having money in the ambassadors pockets and stuff to go over there and make the deals in the other countries. And I just don't see him having that. You got to start with the local politicians. You got to learn how to work with your local politicians first. You got to learn how to work with your councilmen, the mayors, and then you got to move up to the state legislators and the governors. You got all that stuff is a process. And most of the time, you can't do it in one generation. Most of the time, it's several generations. Your grandfather, something, start working those deals, get you in the network, and then your father move it a little further, and then you take it the next further. It just don't happen. You just pop up and you're gonna buy some international company like that and don't have an international dealings. You've even never done nothing international. So I just don't see it. Uh, let's see. G Brown, I made my money by just applying the principles outlined in driving course. Yeah, thanks. All right. Wow, we got a bunch of people. Mr. I'm gonna read this one, and then we're gonna get out of here. Uh, Black people are not broke. We just have poor spending habits. Um, I'm gonna address that. Uh, a lot of people show that we don't spend any our money. We don't spend any. We're not as careless with our money as anybody else. We just I honestly don't think we have any money. Me personally, from the business that I've done, I've been in business for quite a bit, and the people who can pay you to go. If you start to do appliance repair, you start going into middle and upper middle um, um, incomes houses. We had this talk when we had our little convention. Um, in Atlanta and Houston and Maryland, DC, where you have a strong middle class, you will see you because those guys they was wondering why they thought that we could just because they see a lot of upper and middle and upper African American household. They see that all day long because they have a strong black middle class. And they were saying, "Hey, we can just service our own people." And we're like, "You can't do that here." Um, I could go here. Uh, I could go maybe I can maybe go 2 weeks and not go into an African American house because most of them not going to have the money to live here. And I pulled it up one time when I was showing you when I was doing my marketing and I was setting up my marketing. It won't be like 20 people and 20 African Americans in this one zip code. 20 people African Americans that own houses, and out of thousands that zip code that I was marketing into because they just didn't have the money, and that was one of the things that was one of the things we were having a debate, not a debate, but we had a great conversation this past week, this past weekend well, this past Wednesday. Like I say, every Wednesday, the business owners and the town leaders, we get together and we kind of talk. And myself and a young Hispanic lady, she was there, and her and I had some dialogue, and she was upset that she wanted she was talking to the I ain't gonna say the people who there because they might not want to be known be there, but we were talking to the town leaders, and she was advocating for which is I don't blame her. She was right to do that, but she was advocating for the Hispanics. They doing license checks, doing they're doing license checks at their in their communities, and she said she didn't like that because what happened those license checks, they know a lot of them are not documented and they can't get licensed. So it makes them feel like they're prisoners in their community. They've been targeted. So and she wanted to hey, we gotta get rid of that. And the town and stuff, they were saying, some of the other business owners, where if they driving without license and no insurance, then they shouldn't be that's on them. And I was telling her, hey, uh, uh, welcome to America. No, we've been dealing with that. That's what's going to happen. And so we started to talk more, and I kept hearing her say, "I'm in this position that I have, this position." So I'm wondering, what position do you have that you're addressing this? And so then I asked her, I said, "What's this position?" And what it is, she's sitting on these minorities. She's like the minority, sitting over the minority, kind of like a liaison between some companies and the communities. These major companies that she's doing that. And I told her that I was offended that she was no disrespect to her, but I said, here it is, my family and my mom and all them, they got dogs and stuff put on them and had to get the fire hoses and all that. They had to go through all of that in order to to make these to make the laws halfway, make the country halfway stand up for itself. And here it is, you getting all the rewards, and the African Americans ain't getting anything. I said, you all are doing a lot better than the African Americans. I said, what we're gonna do? Y'all want them to evaporate down the street because they can't afford to come downtown to shop. They that broke. They can't even afford. They don't have any money. They don't close. I said, what y'all gonna do with them? And I said that's the issue that we have. It's not so much that that because we're talking about sometimes the African Americans and Hispanics don't have that well of a coalition. I was like, well, what happened? Uh, you all have been, are here to replace us, and I said, and we feel slighted that we done all the fighting. Now we in the back of the line, and y'all got to skip line to get in front of us. And I said, well, what's happening too now? I said, you look at the NBA. You can't even pronounce the name on the back of these black people jerseys. They don't went and over in Africa and all the other places and brought them in and stuck them in. Now you can't even play in the NBA now unless you have, only way you playing now, you half white, you mix half black and half white, or you African or this and that. And I said, we have, it almost seemed like as we call ADOS, that the whole world has just said, let's just get rid of them and ignore them. That's what I said. And that's what's happened with us. We've been, we don't have, there's no money there. There's no money. There's no money there. There's no money there. And unfortunately, we have came accustomed to not having money. And to the point where we think that you're not really authentic African American if you don't have any money. If you didn't grow up in the hood, as they say this, you're not authentic African American. That's bad when that's the way you looked at. And it makes me mad every time especially that DJ Vlad. Every time he do like an interview, he asks an African American, "What's your daddy around? Did you go to jail?" All this crazy stuff. Have you killed somebody? All this stuff. Like that's just on to us. That we the only people that do that. Is us. And I don't know. So, but no, there's no money. There's no money there. There's no money there. There's no money there. If you go, you ain't got right here now. I could go walk out this door. I can walk to two Hispanic grocery stores. There's no black grocery store nowhere. There ain't no black grocery store nowhere. I can walk out here. I can't walk in any direction and not walk into a Hispanic business. After mine, let's see, it's other than barbershops. Now we got plenty of barbershops. You got barbershops everywhere. Barbershops in the church. Other than that, there ain't no black business. Ain't no black business. Everybody either a barber or they preaching. That's it. That's what we look at our business. That's what we look at our business as. Okay. Now we know that those Jordans. we know that that Gucci and Louis and all that stuff, most of that is the fake stuff, and the bundles and stuff like that. All of that stuff that people are buying there, that's the stuff that they buy to try to make themselves uh, feel better because of the poverty and stuff that they're in. But we know it ain't no money in there. Even the cars, they know they go cars. The cars ain't worth nothing. They'll give you a car. You can go get you a Porsche. You can go get you a Lamborghini, and they'll get the payments where you can afford them. They say $300. I can get it there, but you pay it for 20 years. So all that stuff. We don't have any money. I'll be honest. We don't have any money. We don't have any money. It's just not there. It's just not there. When I can go to when you got 40 African college educated and you got 40 or plus college educated men, and you need to come together and get a building, and everybody and people ain't got $300,000 to part with. They ain't got no money. They ain't got no money. And like I say, that paycheck that they sent me 2 weeks ago, we ain't got no money because we make most of them bragging that they make figures, and I saw what that is at 6 figures. We ain't got no money. We ain't got no money. We don't have any money. We don't have any money. And that's what I'm talking about. Uh, uh, I'm talking about like when I say money, I'm talking about like they putting together they can come in and put in 20-30 million dollars, and they don't think that's no money. They don't think that's any money. We don't have that. We got right now. We got 10 African Americans in our group, and everybody's college educated. Principals and all this, and and all 10 of us together putting in money and stuff all the time. Still doesn't is no money. I have more cash than our investment group have from just one business. My one business wipe out all 10 of us 20 times. Just one of my business will, because we don't have any businesses. We don't have any money. You just ain't gonna get no money out no job. You just not gonna get no money out no job. I just think we ain't got it. We ain't got it. And the way you can tell, go downtown, like Dr. Claude Anderson said many times before. Go downtown and start looking for the buildings and see who own them. And if you don't own no buildings and stuff downtown, you ain't got no money. You don't have no money. You just don't have it. You just don't have it. But these guys can come in and pay. They come in and they pay 400,000. They pay $500,000 for a building, and then they put then put another 3 million in it, and ain't tapped into their money, and we can't do that. We can't do that. We just don't have to do it. And our so-called billionaires, they working for people. They ain't got no money to do nothing. And when they looking for a paycheck, and they having to sell off whatever they own to get cash. We just don't have it. We don't have it. Like go back to P Diddy and whatnot. He's supposed to be a record, all this record executive and this. He don't have no distribution. He don't know how to. He don't print no. He don't have no distribution things. They don't have any of that. Why not? Why they don't have any of that? Why they don't own anything of it? They don't own anything. Especially when I found out, I thought all the time Queen Latifah owned Flavor Unit and Flavor Unit Entertainment, and her if that browser they put together Living Single. I thought she owned it, and come to find out she didn't own it. Same thing with Bill Cosby. He didn't own the A Different World and Cosby Show. Thought he owned it. He didn't own it. They just told us they did. They didn't own it. Uh, we don't own anything. We don't have any money. We don't own anything. Uh, uh, We don't own anything. Unfortunately, we don't. We don't own anything, and that's one of the saddest things I had to come to grips with when I realized that that we only have a small amount of time as African Americans that are ADOS, as they say. We only have a small amount of time before we totally gone. We not going to be here long because we don't have any money. We don't have any money. Don't have any money. What they gonna spend they spending their money on other things like what? That has been disproven so many times. They don't have any money. Money. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they got shut down with when they tried to do that. Irv Gotti and them. Yeah, we don't have any money. Um, Let me take that back. We don't have any wealth. We don't have any wealth. When you start trying to do some moves like Jay Prince and Suge Knight and Irv and them, that's when you start seeing where your money and power and influence come. And that's what I was saying about um, with with uh, God knows master. See him having the power and stuff to actually take and the influence that because the politicians don't have anything. The only way we can get out of this thing that we're in right now, it's going to take about two generations to bite the bullet and just say everything that I'm doing right now is to build for the next generation. Put something there for the next generation, so your kids don't have to depend on anybody else. You know, one time we were on our way, but integration killed it. When integration came, integration killed us. Because now, at one point in time, like I was telling my mom, my mom and I was having that discussion. I was like, "What happens?" At one point in time, all of us had to live amongst each other. So you had some people who knew, and those people were amongst you, and they could actually help the ones that didn't know out and get them on the right track. But now it has gotten to the point, like almost like the HBCUs and the PWIs, where they came in, they took all the good athletes and left all the sorry ones back there for the HBCUs, and now you got all the best black athletes, and you tell them now, you come tell you come tell FAMU Miami now come tell FAMU, hey, let's play a football game. It ain't gonna win because you got all the FAMU players on your team that used to go to FAMU. So it's not even worth playing now. That's what's happened now amongst us. What's happened now that we're able to leave out. Um, my community no longer get to see me. I don't get to interact with my community. I don't get to interact with the African American business owners in my community if we had any. Now we're no these Wednesdays. I have gone out and recruited African American business owners to come in actually see, and we get now we're actually starting to be in these conversations. But up until then, I will be the only one. You just saw for many a years, for 15, 20 years, if I went to the Ashley's and stuff, you might see maybe three African American men there or African American people. You saw three or four, no more than five. But now this last time, everywhere you look, you saw African Americans. And this next time coming up, it probably be predominantly African Americans. But that's the way we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to start getting into business, and people come back telling us the truth about this thing. The truth about it, we're not making any money. We're not because I'm not making any money. Be honest with you, I'm not making any money. I'm not looking at it to the people that I have to go compete against. I don't have any money to these guys I need to go compete against. I don't. I'm broke compared to these guys that I have to go compete against. And so, yeah, we broke. All right. Once again, hey, it's New Year's Eve. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you hadn't, do me this favor. Go look at if you have Netflix, look at Ma Rainey's Black Bottom between now and Monday. I'm gonna actually that's something else my we talked about. Um, I want y'all to look at that and we're gonna talk about that on Monday. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. That movie. I want to tie that in to Appliance Bootcamp and people coming into entrepreneurship. Please go look at that movie if you can, and I'm going to discuss that on Monday. On Monday, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and to meet you all. Everybody have a happy New Year. I'm getting ready to go home, get off the road before these crazy people start driving. And thank y'all again. And 2021 is going to be great. Can't wait to see where we go. And next on Monday.